to college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
You found the Tony Basilio stream at tonybasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling
You're listening
edition.
to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fanrun Radio.
Wooey to the hooey and a hooey to the wooey. That yesterday was a lot of fun, and I want to thank both these guys for hanging out and doing Garza Law 5th quarter fan reaction / Tennessee basketball overtime. It is Schiano Tuesday after Schiano Monday. Bring on Houston. Matt Dixon, how do you plead to that? And boy, Tennessee was really impressive. When I'm outside doing my chores, because I was getting away, but I was doing my manual work outside. It was nice out, because today is a brutal day in East Tennessee. Good gosh almighty. Smoke them if you got them. You boys yesterday laid it down. I got to say, you boys laid it down. Kudos to both of you. What did you think?
Kudos.
What did you think
it's
of the
kudos.
What did you
Philip Fulmer.
Kudos. What did you think of the Vols, Matt? Absolutely laying the lumber to those clowns yesterday.
Yeah, you just dominated them. Jacoby Gillespie just went off there in the first half. Native Mount, kind of showcased him a little bit. Got Estrella and Boswell back. No, it was one of those complete games that Rick Barnes teams tend to do against inferior competition, especially early in the year when teams just aren't prepared for the physicality and the ball pressure on defense and just the length, and it shows. And put a hammer job down on a team where, what'd you end up winning by 20, like 25? It felt a lot bigger than that.
25! Go! Yeah, it was a huge win. I was listening to the Rutgers during the game. I was listening to the Rutgers play-by-play guys, and they had a pretty good read on the game. They said, look, sometimes we do these games early in the year, and teams are just physically better than us. And Jerry Recco yesterday said this is a team that's physically better than he said outside of shooting the ball perfectly today, we have zero chance against these guys. And you know what, Matt? That's a pretty good read on it. Because when you get guys like Estrella out there on that floor showing what they can doing what they can show, y'all can forget about it, Brian Hartman. Y'all can forget about it. And how about my boy yesterday, William Pattison, calling that and saying he was going to be on the floor? William Pattison bringing it to the table.
And Houston last night was fortunate, like very lucky to beat a Syracuse team. They were favored by the same amount against that Tennessee was favored over Rutgers.
Rutgers.
So
what's a Rutgers?
Yeah, that went to overtime. I think Syracuse went on like an 11-0 run to tie the game and send it to overtime
with 57 seconds left.
Yeah, and they ended up, I think Syracuse was something like 11 of 25 from the free throw line, which if they make half their free throws, they win easily.
They were 11
regulation.
11 for 28, Brian, from the foul line.
And by the way, the only team that won by more than Tennessee was Michigan over San Diego State. I think they won by 40. Alabama lost, and they lost to Gonzaga, and Auburn won over Oregon. So the SEC went 2-1.
It's pretty outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Adams. Your thoughts on what we're talking about here? Are you fired up, John Adams? Are you focused, and are you prepared? What are you trying to tell me here?
Excuse me.
You're not hearing anything in 3.
No.
How about now?
I think I'm hearing.
Okay, now say something, John.
John's fired up for the 4:30 Maction this afternoon.
Oh yeah, it is a little loud, Tony, in my ear right now. Yeah, that's a huge game. 2 worst teams in the MAC going at it. Bowling Green is a 14.5 point favorite over UMass. That's how bad UMass is. Bowling Green's the second worst team in the MAC. Bowling Green has an outstanding offensive line, by MAC standards, and UMass has absolutely nothing going for it.
We're playing Houston, dude.
Oh, okay.
Today in basketball.
Well, Matt,
stop it. You are a terrible.
I just can't get into basketball.
Sorry, I gotta get focused. I need to get focused.
I can't get into basketball till January. I
think there's a lot of people like that with him. Yeah, with like that or like that. Yeah.
I can this week. I can get into basketball this week because this is the best, most compelling college basketball pre-conference, I think, of the season is this week when you have all these events all over the place.
I do agree with that, Brian. I couldn't take my eyes off that Houston game. Matt, did you watch the Houston game last night? I thought that was very compelling, that upstart Syracuse team that obviously has been rebuilt. If they just make their foul shots, they win the game. But it's still early season basketball, which just has a pickup vibe to it. Because the way Houston fritted that game away last night, that is pick-up basketball, y'all. When you're one team is doing everything they can to lose a game, and the other team is going 11 for 28 from the foul line. Come on now.
Yeah, Houston's got, unfortunately, they've kind of got a reputation for not being able to close out games very well.
Yep.
And that even predates that title game last year. But no, they're very much a work in progress. I think Lee mentioned it on the post game and he's right. They're going to be a much better team come March than they are right now. I think Tennessee's the better team by a decent margin
today.
Today. Right. Yeah, today and right now. And if Tennessee shoots anything like they did, yesterday, I think they beat Houston comfortably. But again, you have to play the game because two very similar built programs, and with the physicality and toughness and defense and rebound, all that stuff. I watched some of that. That was, it was interesting watching Houston just kind of, play around and let Syracuse back in the game. Kelvin Sampson was not upset like he usually is, which let me know that he knows his team is very much, he's still got to put pieces together, which I thought was interesting. That was probably my biggest takeaway, was just how Kelvin Sampson was not upset watching his team, give up an 11-point lead to go to overtime.
Kind of like Barnesy. Those veteran coaches know what this time of the year is about. And we're not going to freak out because he's got a young team. He's got those 2 veterans who carried him, the guard, the forward, and then he has some kids and some newcomers. And one of the the guard from Vegas was really good last night on both ends of the floor. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. The Vegas tourney is really confusing, but here's how today's going to work. And you're guaranteed 3 games. Now, if you can finish in the money, every team gets $1 million for showing up out there, and they split it among the players. So that's good. That's kind of a good thing. But if you can get into that championship round, you have a shot at $2 million for your team. So they're playing for stakes, and that's why these guys are going so hard. The other thing that really matters in this tournament is margin of victory, which is why the Vols, once they got up on them, they laid it on. So the Vegas tourney is confusing. Here's how it works. And then, John, I want to get into with you Lane Kiffin and his press conference yesterday, which devolved into a circus. I want to get into, and I want you to think about this. If you were him, would you go to LSU, stay at Ole Miss, go to Florida, do something else? Maybe go into insurance sales or something. And then I want to talk about the Pavia family because Laura showed me some stuff. Matt, I'm not a very online person. His family and this Pavia guy are really unlikable people, aren't they? And the mom and the whole deal. And I think Dayreek Rogers spoke for all of us when he was worried about little Pavias being left on the railing over in the stadium. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure. I'd be interesting to know what like Vanderbilt fans think of Pavia. I mean, obviously you want the win,
John,
and you have this generational season.
That's the truth, John.
It's interesting. You've got this guy that started at like a New Mexico military college.
Yep.
That is at Vanderbilt and a Heisman candidate. Like that should be like the feel good story of college football, but yet it's the total opposite of that. It's really interesting.
Pavia just doesn't feel like he fits the typical Vandy fan base as far as just they seem to be really, really, I don't know how to describe it.
They're erudite. They're erudite.
That's an amazing understatement.
And
they're erudite.
Pavia just doesn't seem like he mixes with that at all, but it is an interesting dichotomy.
Brian, those people comport themselves in a very trashy way. You got the brothers getting arrested out there on Lower Broadway earlier this year, and that's by the Nashville police. What do you think's going to happen if they come here and show their rear ends? I mean, what are we? And that woman, the way she's comporting herself the other day, and then Laura shows me stuff with this guy online. He's on Instagram, and he's doing all this stuff, and now we got Theo Vaughn in the mix and in the hunt. They take, because I like the Pavia guy between the white lines. I think he's an incredible player. I love watching him. John, he's turned very annoying on me. Let me get back to this Vegas tourney in this format. But it's really annoying, man.
Well, I think you're kind of easily annoyed in general.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think, though, he's the Pavias are the antithesis of what Vanderbilt has been, what it is in general. But he's the biggest reason Vanderbilt where it is. There's no doubt about it. If you gave the Heisman to the most valuable player, he'd win by acclamation. What he's done for that program, put it there, going back to last year, really, that Alabama win, and the way he goes about it, he has infused that program with a confidence and a swagger it never had.
Let's get fired up. Let's get focused. Let's get prepared. Michael Moat says, is it just me or is Tony's volume lower than the others? Okay, I'll level them out. Thank you, Michael. Michael, I need you to do that from now on. So thank you, brother. John, the thing about this era is we've all compromised. There are things that go on in Neyland Stadium now that I didn't think would go on 30 years ago. No offense.
Example?
just everything around the games, the way they pump music at you, the light shows. I wonder what, like when I got here in 87, right? And I know things have to change. Okay, fine. I wonder what those people would think if they came to a game today and walked through the concourse, because literally it is a different world. Back then, the marching band was enough to entertain you. You didn't need a light show. You could talk to your friends. You could hang out. Matt, do you find that to be true, that a lot of what we do, Nick Jackson, how does Tony now just think Pavia is annoying? Hey, Nick, I don't live online. That's how I think. Laura showed me that. Laura, it's a great question. Laura showed me that I don't hang around on Twitter. I don't tweet. I don't twit. I'm not like Wes Rucker. I don't live my life online. No offense to him. I don't need to tell you what I ate for lunch or dinner. I'm kind of boring. And by the way, I'm doing Garza Law 5th quarter fan reaction / Tennessee basketball overtime tonight after the game with my boys, because me and the boys have been playing and we just can't find the song. So Nick Jackson, that's the deal. That's the deal, my man. That's the deal. That's why it's just now coming to me. And I'm going to make another proclamation. We can't let these people come into our stadium and win. Because the mother is the spitting definition of a country song, John. She's 39 and holding. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Who did 39 and holding, the country?
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Go! I'm drinking wine, Spody Yodi, drinking wine.
Are you okay?
What do you mean?
What? I don't know. Just kidding.
Do you like my should I maybe bring it down?
No, you don't need to. Go ahead. I shouldn't have said that. No, I want you to pull it back up. You're more entertaining then. Hey.
So people have been wondering about the Vegas tourney and the format. If they win, hang on.
Your personality just changed when you changed the sport.
If the Vols win, the format is as follows. John, what did you think of Lane Kiffin yesterday when he kept saying, I'm not going to answer any questions that aren't about this game? And they're playing a tomato can in Mississippi State who couldn't win an inter-squad scrimmage, right?
What are you talking about?
And all they wanted to ask Lane Kiffin about yesterday.
Well, Mississippi State, that's a rivalry game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Mississippi State. Look at what's the line on the game, Brian?
It dropped from like 15-7 somehow.
Okay.
I guess amidst all this Kiffin distraction.
Okay,
talk.
A 7-point line.
I think they're a live dog. I actually agree, John. They're a live dog to me.
They're no tomato can, but let's get back to your point you were trying to make, Tony. Lane Kiffin doesn't understand. He doesn't read a room well.
No.
He's really savvy in some ways.
Yep.
He's a brilliant play caller.
Yep.
But he didn't read the room well here when he left Knoxville. Look, all he had to do was leave. He didn't understand what the reaction would be to his leaving. He's looking at it from his world's view, and that is, I'm taking a job in a more high-profile program, one of the more storied programs in college football. I've been in California. I was at USC as assistant when they won championships. This is a better job, and that's right at the time. But he wanted to go. He decided to hold that late night, to hold a press conference and just kind of say, hey, here's what I'm doing, letting people know, because I think he genuinely liked Tennessee fans and liked coaching in Tennessee. He was going from good to better.
John, thinking about that, right? Is he all there? I mean,
well, you could say that about anybody. Some people say that about you. Okay, no offense.
No. Does he process though? I guess what I'm asking you is, most guys would just have the sense, like Tony Vitello, you just make an announcement, you get out of here, right?
Yeah.
Lane was here 7 months or whatever it was. And in his 7 months, I mean, there's a 30 for 30 to be told. Now, I'm not going to do it, but there's certainly a 30, and it would not be.
It would be entertaining.
It would not be G-rated.
Yeah. You,
So back to.
I just had a funny thought, but I can't say it on air.
Right? I know,
Golly.
right? I know.
Okay.
So
It was.
So I'm here and thinking about Matt. Is Ole Miss doing the right thing by telling him if you take the LSU job, you're leaving? And John, how would you handle it? Before I get Matt's thoughts, what would you do, John?
Here's what I would do.
Because we actually talked about this in our pre-production.
Yes,
meeting.
we did.
And let me tell you something, young talk show hosts of the world, this is why you always get your coffee and your bagels. And I still have some of my coffee left. Coffee, as I say where I come from. And you get your bagels and maybe some lox if you're good. And then
Nothing for me, though. Go ahead.
Well, you didn't ask. So, by the way, John's presented by Jennifer Morris, Next Move, SmokyMountains.com. I think, though, John, what you do, tell us about it.
I'm the AD, Keith Carter.
Yep.
I hold a team meeting, and I present it to the players. What do you guys want to do? What do you want us to do? If Lane Kiffin leaves, ask them, do they want him to keep coaching?
It's a great idea.
And if they say, yeah, we do, and I think they would say, yeah, we do, because the players seem to respond well to him. The players about the here and now. They're not about what's going to happen next year. None of that. They're about to go into the playoffs. They're having a historic season by Ole Miss standards. And I think the players would go for it. And so I think then as AD, you go to the general public and you announce what you're doing. You say, we want to put the players first. This is one of the greatest teams in Ole Miss history, the best team in about 60 years maybe. So we owe them that much, I think. We want to give them the best chance to be successful. So Lane will continue coaching. He's leaving us. We're sad about that, but we wish him the best. And then you go out and try and win a championship.
Brian, do you know the song Strawberry Wine by Deanna Carter?
Yeah, a little bit.
Wine.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na.
I don't know how that fits this moment, though.
Well, Pavia's mom, I'm being told, is more of a Strawberry Wine by Deanna Carter type of gal, except she's not reminiscing. She's currently living in it. What's that mean, Bri? Can you parse that
really
for me?
can't explain what it means, but
John, can you? Strawberry wine. Da-na-na. I think Deanna Carter's from Knoxville.
She is. I don't.
Yeah, she is.
I had a girl that I taught guitar to, and she sung that with us down at Calhoun's about 5 years ago.
Deanna Carter did?
No, this sweet gal that she was in high school, and that was the song she learned.
How did her career go?
Strawberry wine.
How did her
She's
career?
in college. She's a nice kid.
Good.
She's in college.
So you sort of mentored her in the music business?
We just played music. And I wanted her to get some experience playing in front of people, because that's a Rubicon. When you cross that Rubicon, man.
I love the way you give back.
Give back to where you once belong.
Give back, not get back.
Hey, Brian, what do you think of Big Gulp, who's going to join us here momentarily? Triple booked some
He's
guests.
done well for himself out in Vegas. He's really made his
great pull.
You want
he's
Gulpy?
done great.
Explain to John who Gulpy is, because John was not familiar with it.
He was one of Donnie Tyndall's assistants that one year that Tyndall was here, and he got the nickname Big Gulp, and he kind of became almost in some ways bigger than Tyndall did.
Do you know
he was very loved by the fan base. That whole staff was very well received and loved by the fan base then for only their 1 year here, and they sort of had a kind of an up and down type season.
And he was self-deprecating, because we would always say Big Gulp's out of the shower, because he'd start tweeting as soon as he got out of the shower. And he used to tune into our basketball post game, and then he started calling as a member of the staff. He would call. He was that engaged with it. Yeah, he was that much fun.
I think that Donnie Tyndall and
that big heavy guy that sat on the bench.
Yeah, I remember him.
But
I didn't know all this stuff that went along with him. You were more attuned to that than I was.
Called him Gulpy. Now he's like Little Gulp, because we've gotten Matt. Have we gotten rid of like the supersized
He's
sizes.
running marathons right now. He ran one just not long ago.
That's what I'm saying.
A marathon.
If I go to like a Wendy's, which I haven't done in a while, but would I be able to still get the biggie fries, Matt, or they don't have biggie fries anymore? You or Brian know?
Yeah, you can still get large or biggie super. You can still get all that stuff.
You can still supersize it at McDonald's?
What are biggie fries?
I don't think they call it supersize anymore, but you can get a large order of fries. You can get, I think it's a bucket of fries at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh, a bucket of fries. Young William down there at Lake Winnipesaukee. All right, we're going to come back on the other side. So
margin of victory, points scored, points against.
That's my point. Yeah, and so we'll go back to this format of the tournament here momentarily, but big gulp on the other side after this. And then Billy Derrick in hour 2. It's going to be really illiterate today after this. Living Vol fan, make Alumni Hall your one-stop shop for all your Vol fans on your shopping list this holiday season. There's nothing better than getting your favorite Tennessee gear under the tree. Picture it, a nice polo shirt, a new hoodie, something for the man cave. Pop in and see my friends at Alumni Hall. Best selection of Tennessee gear. Alumni Hall, 3 Knoxville locations, Bristol, Johnson City, Murfreesboro, or online at alumnihall.com. It's easy to have a big orange Christmas. And happy holidays from everyone at Alumni Hall. The ultimate volunteer shopping experience. Alumni Hall. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gouffon Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gouffon Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gouffon Moving and Storage, pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gouffon Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gouffon.com. That's Gouffon.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gouffon Moving and Storage. Life never stops moving, and between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, a tire designed for doers, a tire that's going to last, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Something not working right? Got a problem with your heating or plumbing? Right now, Pipe Wrench Home Services is making it easy to fix it fast with 50% off any HVAC or plumbing repair. Whether your HVAC needs some persuasion or your plumbing needs repaired, our certified technicians will be there right away to get you fixed fast. Have other plumbing or HVAC problems? We make it easy with free on-site estimates on replacements and free second opinions on repairs. So call or schedule your appointment online today at pipewrench.com and save 50% off any repair up to $500 all month long. We are committed to keeping your home cozy and worry-free this holiday season. Pipe Wrench Home Services, trusted in Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and neighboring communities for over 20 years. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. This limited time offer is good for residential services only. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Basilio here with Alan from WeShipFloors.com. Alan, is it true? Are we really having a Black Friday sale? Lay it on me.
Yeah, Tony, Black Friday is the biggest time of the year for us. We're going to do a 40% off sale. That's what we're doing to everybody else. But for the Tony Basilio listeners, we're going to do 45% off. So you get an additional 5% off, which should be hundreds of dollars. All you got to do is use the promo code Tony. But for the real listeners, we're going to do another promo code. The second promo code is going to be promo code Negative. So with the promo code Negative, you actually pay 5% more. So 35% off using promo code Negative, 45% off using promo code Tony.
We're kind of having some fun here, but when you're talking about 120 super core floors, I've shown them over on the website, the video. You can't destroy this floor.
Very tough floor that I designed. When I say literally millions of square feet, we've got 2 warehouses in Johnson City full of flooring. We're ready to go for any size project. But yeah, it's a remarkable product. It's the best waterproof flooring on the market because we sold everyone else's floors and I designed the floor that's better than everyone else.
WeShipFloors.com. Free shipping to all, anywhere in the country.
Go Vols, Tony.
TB back with you. Listen, it's outstanding. It's unbelievable, Andy Mack. We welcome back now a very special guest to the program. Now, I'm going to take you back down memory lane. Donnie Tyndall's 1 year here, which will never be forgotten by the living. Fanatic. Because back then we were coming off the Conzo Martin years, and we had like that bridge gap year between him and Rick Barnes, and the Tyndall thing kind of sort of all went up in flames. Yada yada yada. The NCAA. I mean, let people have some fun. Anyway, one of the great stalwarts from that time was a guy by the name of Justin Phelps, who we called at the time Big Gulp, who's no longer Big Gulp, but we used to always say, Gulpy's out of the locker room. Gulpy's out of the shower because now he's tweeting. And then he would start tweeting at us. So and then we'd bring him on the show. We'd have fun with him on the post game. And I mean, it was wild days back then. Yesterday, I'm watching the game, our game, and then I'm watching the Houston game. And I see this guy behind the microphone. And then I hear his voice. And I go, that's my guy right there, man. And so I text Justin Phelps. Is that you? Yeah, it's me. I mean, Justin, you look great, dude.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
And I've always loved you because I love your spirit. You used to come hang out with us. We used to do our watch parties. You'd come hang out with us. And how you been, man? 10 years. 10 years gone. Led Zeppelin.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm out here in Las Vegas working in the sports industry, and it's been great.
So Chris Campbell was telling me that anytime there's a sporting event there, you're pretty much announcing it in town, right? A basketball game. Tell me about it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much any big games that come in through Las Vegas as far as a college basketball game. I just did the Hall of Fame Classic that was here a couple weeks ago at T-Mobile Arena. I've got the players there. We started this last year and got to do all the games. A lot of WNBA, NBA preseason, NBA Summer League. Just any kind of basketball comes through Las Vegas, I'm typically behind the mic.
What's been your favorite thing you've done so far?
Yeah, there's been so many things. I was very fortunate when the Super Bowl came through to work that whole event as part of the host committee, doing a lot of things behind the scenes. Got to go out and give out big checks on behalf of the NFL to different charities. Got to do a lot of announcing that week. That was incredible. The NBA Summer League is obviously a big deal. Getting to see all the rookies and announcing their games. It's a fun experience out here. It's always a new adventure. Vegas has truly become the sports capital of the world.
What do you make of this Vegas tourney? This players tourney thing, tying it into NIL. And when you first saw it, what was your reaction?
Well, I thought they were nuts. Like, I didn't know where the money was going to come from. The fact that you could give that much money to players was just a completely different line of thinking. But as you know, like now with college sports, it's all about how much money you can bring in order to kind of supply your NIL. If you're not able to have a big war chest, you're out. You're on the outside looking in, and I think a lot of programs are seeing that now. So an event like the Players Era Championship, where you can come in and make some NIL money, take care of your players, and kind of restock that war chest, it's a huge deal, and I think this tournament's only going to get better.
I hear the Big 12's trying to buy into that thing. Have you heard that?
Yeah, so yesterday they made a big announcement to where the Big 12 has a set number of teams coming in, and that's incredible for the tournament. I think the SEC will follow suit. I think all the big conferences will, where there will be a set number of teams that every year are automatically coming to the Players Era Championship.
They're basically, John, putting up money and betting on their teams to win. So they're paying into the pot. And then it's a winner take all at the end. It's John Adams in the studio. How cool of a format is that? How cool would that be if you set something like that up in football preseason, where you had a winner take all kind of deal? I mean, seriously, it's a great idea, isn't it?
Maybe you should do it for the spring game.
Really?
Go out to Vegas for the spring, have a tournament.
Why not? Like a jamboree.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, you ought to organize that. I mean, I'm
going to look into it as soon as we hang up.
Because you don't have enough on your plate, Justin. Justin told me off the air. He said how many kids are in the league that you're running?
Yeah, so I run a youth sports league here that's the largest in the state. We've got 26,000 kids that play in our league.
26!
If you're playing sports in Las Vegas, you're pretty much playing in our league.
Matt, you've talked to so many dignitaries, kings, queens. You've eaten the pork and beans, obviously. Talk to me, little dusty roads for you here. Matt Dixon.
If you will.
How does it How does it feel, Matt Dixon, to be interfacing with a man who, when you were a young kid, took you from a boy to a man on this show? How's it feel, Matt?
Oh, it's awesome. I'm glad that Justin's been doing well. I hate that he was only here for that one season, and obviously left kind of an endearing mark. It's really cool. But no, that was a lot of fun. You made that season that had a lot of stuff off the court. Made that season a lot funner.
You know, Justin, you guys all fell apart there right as we were getting ready to do a WrestleMania watch along on the app. Do you remember that? We were going to do a 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We're going to watch. Do you still watch wrestling?
I do. Yeah. We got WrestleMania coming up here in Vegas, actually. So I'll be part of that and be there for the whole thing, the whole week of events. It's a really neat experience. I still watch wrestling a lot. Yeah.
So Justin's announcing, you will see him today courtside, and he was a member of the Tennessee staff, and down through the years we've communicated. He keeps an affinity for this town and this place, and he made friends here. And believe it or not, I'm borderline one of them. Go ahead, John. John Adams, presented by Jennifer Morris, Next Move, SmokyMountains.com. Heave your news sandal.
Justin, I was just curious. You sound like an announcer. You have a really good on-air voice. And I wondered, did you do any announcing before you were involved with basketball?
Great question.
Yeah, honestly, I paid my way through college announcing. I went to Kent State University and was a manager for the Kent State basketball team. But on those road trips, I would hear these, media relations guys moaning about how they can't find someone to do soccer games or softball games. And I'd be like, well, let me do that. And so I ended up, stringing together enough money to pay for college just by doing all the sporting events that no one wanted to do in college.
Boy, that's great. I love guys that just find a way to make money, to carve out a career, and you've taken all these different paths. That's really cool.
He's always been a neat spirit, man. Justin, you were such a good sport here. You had so much fun with us. And we, in turn, really enjoyed it. Like Matt said, 10 years later, you know how many coaches 10 years gone have come and gone? There was this Italian guy that used to coach our baseball team. I can't even remember his name now. Do you remember, John? I don't remember his. Delmonico, maybe? Anyway, so where are we here? Tell me about
Raleigh.
That was Raleigh. Raleigh-o? The being courtside, seeing Tennessee yesterday, what you saw from them in the Rutgers game. Obviously, there's a mechanics to doing what you're doing, and you really don't have time to watch a game, or do you, when you're that up close? How closely can you watch a game when you're calling it at courtside like that?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. This is the first time I have been a part of a Tennessee game since I left.
Wow.
So I have not been in the same arena with Tennessee fans or seeing the Power T. And since, Rick Barnes has been there. So what is that, 11 years now? And so for me, that's a little bit emotional. And plus seeing, we got Bruce Pearl on the TNT set. You've got Candace Parker on the call. I'm doing the announcing in the arena. So there's a lot of ball ties there in the arena. So that's pretty incredible first and foremost. Hearing Rocky Top being played during the timeouts is a big deal to me. But yeah, I love the Tennessee team yesterday. I thought they played hard. Jacoby Gillespie is a star. And I know you guys know that, but he's the type of kid that can take you to a national championship, take you to a Final Four. Now you need more ingredients than that, but this is a kid who plays so well and plays hard for Rick Barnes. I don't even think he honestly has mastered the position. I think that he's still figuring out how to play guard. I think he's just that naturally talented, but more importantly, what he does off the ball is so impressive to me. He does so many things off the ball that don't show up in your stat sheets that I think he's a star, and I think he's going to carry Tennessee for a distance in the tournament.
And that's the bottom line. You have guard play, and then this Ament guy yesterday, so comfortable from distance, Justin, and then can play through contact. What did you see from Ament?
Yeah, I think he's really good. And, being a freshman, that's incredible, the fact that he can play to this level. Really good shooter. He's going to be a guy that you're going to have to start figuring out defensively what you want to do with him. And that means that other guys are going to get open. And when you have multiple guys that you have to figure out in your game plan defensively, all of a sudden that opens up other guys on the floor to make big plays. So I think Tennessee has a chance to be dangerous just because, Ament all of a sudden is able to play. If you watch the Houston game today, Houston has a bunch of freshmen. They struggle. They're very talented, but they're not to the same level of maturity that Ament is in terms of their skill level. So I think it'll be interesting today as well to see how the freshmen play. That might be the story of the game.
We were talking about it closing, Houston having trouble closing the game last night.
Mhm.
They interviewed Kelvin Sampson after the game, and he's like, "Look, man, we have growing pains." I mean, he wasn't real like throwing things against the wall, and these guys understand when you have young kids and you turn your rosters over the way you turn your rosters over. These games serve a purpose early in the year from a coaching perspective, right? And you, as somebody that knows the game, I think it's of real value for Tennessee and of Houston to get in the ring with somebody that's going to rough you up, because both these teams
Yeah.
are going to rough each other up.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Honestly, if I can make a wrestling analogy, when you're playing Houston, it's like going against Brock Lesnar. I mean, they're just a very tough, hard-nosed team that's going to be very physical. I don't know that Tennessee will see another team this physical this year. And I know the SEC is a battle, but Houston's just a team that, they take on the identity of their head coach, and they're going to fight you the whole game. And that's why they've been so good, and that's why he's always had good teams. It's just on day one of practice. I've been at his practice when he was at Indiana. The first day of practice, he does charge drills and loose balls drills. Usually when you're in the preseason, you don't want to get guys hurt. So you're not doing those kind of drills. He's doing it day one where you're diving on the floor for loose balls. You're taking a charge. Every manager has to take a charge. Every coach has to take a charge. What? That's just the mentality of his program. And so if you're a player, you know that you've got to get dirty. You got to get your uniform dirty, essentially, and you've got to get on the floor. And so Tennessee's got to fight today.
The manager has to take a charge?
Every guy in the building has to take a charge. If you're there, if you're the sports information guy, you're taking a charge on day one.
Boy, that would be a deal breaker for some guys in that profession.
Yeah, no, it's pretty incredible to watch.
Tom Sakowiak, Bry taking a charge.
Tom Sat would love to take a charge.
Brian
Rice taking a charge.
Brian Rice taking a charge.
Hey, hey, Justin, I've got a question here about the Maui and stuff. Like Vegas has come along and they've got this event that they've got a TV partner with the TNT folks and the TBS. I guess they're a branch of CBS, but they sort of were willing to foot the bill and televise it. But you see tournaments like Maui and even Atlantis and some that used to be the tournament of the college of the preseason. Now they've kind of taken a back seat. And I think your event is probably one of the reasons why that is. How did this all come about? Now next year it's going to expand to like maybe a month.
Yeah, so I think the players at our championship will get to the 32 teams, and I think they'll get an even bigger media contract. But I think what you'll see with some of the other events around the country is I think they'll just follow suit and they'll end up trying to offer NIL or they're going to be done. So I think you'll see like the Maui Invitational and some of the other big events start offering an NIL portion to things, which means that's probably got to come from either media money or, some big donor. And so I think you'll see those other events end up doing stuff. I think there'll be less events is what will end up happening is the players at our championship taking up 32 teams. And then I think Maui will end up taking a big chunk and then, a bunch of events will just fall off.
Justin, explain the format to me because I tried to explain the format earlier, right? And John Adams kept interrupting, with all these different, like Lane Kiffin and different various things. The Vegas tourney, though, is very confusing because there are no brackets.
Yeah, I have no clue. If you want me to explain it to you, I have no idea. I'm going to be honest with you. I know it goes by record and there's some tiebreakers there, but there are people way smarter than I am handling that side of things.
Like, define no clue. Like, what do you mean by no clue?
Yeah, I have no idea how they figure out at the end who is in the championship and who gets the money. Like
you're the announcer. You're the voice of the thing.
Yeah, I did it last year too, and I have no idea.
You're like the face of the thing. You're like the face and the voice. I mean,
Well, Tony,
John, is he prepared for this appearance?
Of course he is. On our show? Are you kidding?
He's on the TLD Logistics. He's
prepared.
On the TLD Logistics Newsmaker Hotline. Justin Phelps, ladies and gentlemen. Justin, how much weight you lost?
I am down about 110 pounds in the last 2 years.
God bless you, man. What made you decide to do that? You look great at courtside. I mean, you're styling and profiling over there.
Thanks, man. I still have a ways to go. I still want to lose another 40, but I went to visit my parents 2 years ago, and I was watching them get around. And they're not overweight or anything, but I just watched how they aged. And I thought, you know what, like when I'm in my 70s or 80s, like I want to be able to still get around. I still want to be able to live life effectively. And so I knew that if I didn't start losing the weight now and getting healthy, that, you know, by the time, if I even make it to their age, but by the time I get to their age, I'd be on a bunch of medicine or not be able to move the way I want to. And so I had to make a change. I think for everyone, any of your listeners who maybe have thought about it or spent their whole life overweight, it's actually way easier than you think to lose weight. You just got to get out and you got to start walking. You got to do all the things you know how to do as far as eating right and counting calories. You just got to take that first step. Don't wait till next week or Monday to start. You got to start today. Just go do it.
And you did not take the shot, right?
I didn't. My insurance wouldn't cover it. I looked at it first thing. I'm not against it. Not against anyone that does it. I think any way you can get healthy, I'm for it. But I didn't have that option, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way and literally just get out and just be in a calorie deficit, essentially.
You know, I've just always loved your spirit, man. I'm glad that you're on that journey and on that path. We encourage you to do that. The one thing I heard earlier, because I am a listener here, okay, when I'm interviewing people.
Mm-hmm.
You said when Rocky Top played yesterday in the building, you felt a little something. First time you've been in the building with the Vols in your new professional career. Did that surprise you?
Yeah, a little bit. You don't plan for that. But so they had planned when they're going to play each fight song so that everyone kind of gets equal time. But, the Vols hit a run and then they go to break into a timeout and then Rocky Top starts playing and everyone's singing along. That like revived something in me, from 10 years ago when I'm on the bench and, we go on a run and then all of a sudden Rocky Top starts playing. Like it's incredible. Like there's nothing better in the entire world than hearing Rocky Top played in an arena when your team's winning. That's incredible.
This fan base is really something. This basketball program, you used to tell me this thing's going to rise to really high heights.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun to see it, isn't it?
Yeah, incredible. Coach Barnes and his staff have done a great job. And Tennessee has always been a sleeping giant. It just took the right person coming in and waking it up and doing the things that he's done. And, the sky's the limit for Tennessee.
Justin, how does today's game with Houston go, in your humble opinion? What happens?
I think it's going to be a dogfight. Tennessee's going to have to come out and hit some shots, but they're going to have to match the physicality of Houston, which is tough to do. I don't think Houston's an easy team to beat, but obviously I'm going to roll with the Vols.
Now, when you say everybody at that first practice at Indiana was taking charges, you don't mean like support people and SIDs and people like that, right?
No, I'm serious. Anyone who was on the floor, whether you were watching practice or I'm not talking about guests, but if you're a manager, if you're a sports information, if you're the trainer, you're taking a charge on day one.
What if you
he wants everyone bought in. Go ahead.
Excuse me, Justin, but what if you have a physical shortcoming?
You took a charge.
Seriously, bad knee or
you took
bad
a charge.
back?
You took a charge. What?
Yeah,
what about
how much do you care about the program? You got to take the charge.
What about everybody on the floor, John? Don't you understand?
I think insurance wouldn't. Well, never mind.
No, Bri, you took a charge. Doesn't matter if you had insurance or not. Everybody took a charge. What's so hard about this, guys?
But there are liability issues, aren't there?
Everybody. Well, I don't know about back then. It's 20 years ago. I mean, see, that's what's happened here. That's what we've done. We've taken the fun out of society. Justin, because back then everybody took a charge.
I've got to ask Justin this time.
Yeah.
Since you've been out there in Las Vegas, I used to go to Las Vegas a lot. Hadn't been there in a long time. Got married there at Viva Las Vegas Chapel. Do you stay in the casino? You go in the casinos much? Do you gamble?
I don't gamble whatsoever at all. It's hard to live here and gamble. Obviously people do it. I never have. Not my thing. I play a lot of fantasy sports. That's about it.
Why is it hard to do that? Why is it hard not to? Why would you want to do that? You live there.
I think it's dangerous. I think it's dangerous when you work in sports and you live in Vegas. So I just never have. If someone comes into town, they want to play blackjack, I'll go out and do that with them. But as far as, betting on things or going to the casino, I really don't do it very often.
It's fun to sit there and watch your buddies lose money.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if someone comes into town, I want to show them a good experience. You know, if they want to go gamble, we'll go do that. But I'm not really going to gamble with them.
I'll tell you what's crazy. I have a friend in Philly, the great Mike Tate, that I grew up with, and we always go to like a Philly casino when I'm up there. You know, and I've been home like a year and a half. But anyway, the last 3 times we went, we hit jackpots. We said we're going to split it. The last 3 times we hit, one night we hit for $1,200. One day we hit for $2,200. The other day we hit for $800. I don't know what that is. I don't know how that happens. I don't know. But what I always hear, Justin, is this is my little tip, pro tip. Because I watched a YouTube video, how to win at slot machines. You watch somebody pump a lot of money into a slot machine. It takes patience. And when they walk away, you go over there and play on that slot machine. But you got to watch them. You got to sit there for like 20 minutes and watch somebody lose. Because very soon, as I like to say, the algorithm is going to speak to you pretty soon. You're my man, Justin. Anything else you'd care to add here on the way out? We'll be watching for you today, styling and profiling.
Awesome. No, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Tony, if you bring your guitar out here, I'll get you a spot at the Sphere, a guest spot. We'll get you playing out there.
Thank you, Justin. Good talking to you.
All right. Come out and visit sometime. Thanks, guys.
Love you, bro. The goal. Matt, what'd you think of the goal?
Great interview. I was pumped when I saw him courtside. I think it was when the coaches were shaking hands post game yesterday. But yeah, that was cool. I'd forgotten he was out there.
I texted him when I saw him on the court, and I said, "Is that you?" He said, "Well, I guess." And I said, "Can you jump on?" And he said, "Well, I'm pretty full. I'm doing like 7 games today." And I said, "Well, I'm on from 11 to." He said 11 Eastern. I said, "Yeah, Justin, 11 Eastern." He said, "Oh yeah, it's morning time for me. I'll be out walking my dog." He said, "In that climate, John, you either get it done in the early morning or you don't get it done. You get up early in the morning and do all your exercise."
It's dry heat though. I played tennis out there at noon one time, 100-degree heat.
Smart guy.
I was only hospitalized for 3 days.
You can walk a distance in that, and it's 114 degrees and not break a sweat. It's weird.
Yeah, I really like the desert climate, but I think Tony's ready to move on from that. That was one of the best guests you've had, Tony. Nice work.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was really good. I really found him really interesting.
So the way this thing works today is it's confusing. If the Vols win against Houston,
don't try and explain it.
They're most likely going to play the winner of Michigan, Auburn, or Gonzaga. So they're going to play the winner of Michigan, Auburn, or Gonzaga in the championship game. Or if point differential comes into play, they could play Kansas in the 3rd place game if Gonzaga beats Maryland badly enough.
Tell me.
If they lose today, they'll play one of Baylor, St. John's, Maryland, San Diego State, or Notre Dame and John Shoemate on Wednesday in all likelihood.
Tony, let it go.
Matt, did you get it? It's pretty good, right, Matt? It's pretty concise.
Yeah, every team that's out there, there's a chance they could play any of them.
Yeah. Well, that's really great. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that after this.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law. It's quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly.
When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family-owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Well, let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our Gold Bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama ZZ approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
Hey there, Basilio crew. Jennifer Morris with Keller Williams Realty. The holiday season is here, and if your plans include unwrapping your new home, then take advantage of less competition and motivated sellers while others are out fighting over parking spots at the mall. Smart buyers are out snagging deals on great homes, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And as always, go Vols!
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fanrun Radio.
My little Pop Lulu has hit the studio, which means that it's got to be doing something outside, highly inclement. We don't have a studio in here. I don't have any daylight. I'm surrounded by some really intelligent people. Hey, John. John Adams is here with the News Sentinel.
What does that mean?
Let's go back to the phones on the TLD Logistics phone lines, which are burning up. They're currently all full. We will have a guest coming up in this set of 5 love songs in a row. But without further ado, let's go ahead and go to our phone lines. Hi, you're on the air.
Yoshi bloody hee-ho, Tony. How are we?
I'm doing pretty well. Are you out of the fetal position after Saturday night with your Gators? The Aussie Gator,
barely.
ladies and gentlemen, the Aussie Gator.
I'm barely out of the fetal position. That was humiliating. It was convincing. It was. I'm just glad you guys took your foot off the pedal, man. Because seriously, that could have been 50-0.
Well, it wasn't as bad as the Kentucky game for Florida.
I don't know, man. Look, what was it, the first 4 drives? I mean, it was impressive. It was impressive and embarrassing. It was crazy. I sat here. What make matters worse, the night before, I have some FSU fans, and I was texting them and grinding them all night, as they lost. So needless to say, every down, every touchdown, they were all over me. It was pleasant. So it wasn't good.
They lost on your daughter's birthday, right? And you were sitting there.
Thank you.
You were doing
Exactly.
double duty.
Well done.
Double duty.
Yeah, man. So anyway, look, that was extraordinary. It was, I don't know. It was like our defense has been keeping us in games. Yet maybe not Kentucky, but have been keeping us a lot of our games. And yeah, it's broken. That's for sure. It's broken. It's not good. I don't know what to say other than congratulations. As you know, I always back it up, and that's probably why I haven't called sooner, because I've still been in the fetal position. But that was an amazing effort.
Well, it's a lot better than Caller Florida. I mean, Caller Florida talks a great game, and then nowhere to be found. You couldn't find him right. The FBI couldn't find him right now. TBI.
Well, I always back it up. It was amazing. And I loved, I obviously watched the TV broadcast, and I'd see, in our, going into the fourth quarter, we always sing that bloody song, Won't Back Down. And he was over there talking to his boys, just like, here we go. I loved it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's about. It's like, let's keep our foot in their throat. I will say this. I will say this in reflection of my beautiful daughter Sophia, who turned 16 on Friday.
I love your family.
She watched with me. God bless her. And at one stage, she rolled over on the couch to sort of close her eyes. And I said, she said, maybe this is good luck, because by this stage we're in the fourth quarter. She said, maybe this is good luck if I do this. And as soon as that happened, we scored. We got our only touchdown. And so, of course, I said, well, you might want to just stay in that position because we'll just see what happens. And anyway, sadly, nothing more. But, yeah, boys. Hey, so you got Vandy, though, this weekend, right?
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about that one?
I wish we could change defensive coordinators. Matt, how do you feel about Saturday? Do you feel great about it, Matt, or do you feel good about it, or so-so about it? Where are you, Matt, on this Tuesday?
I'm excited for it. I think it's two high-scoring offenses going up against bad defenses. So I think there's going to be a lot of points scored, and Tennessee will have to, they won't be able to match what they did in Gainesville, but they need to play like they did in the first half for 60 minutes because it's going to be a high-scoring game, but a lot of fun.
John?
Same thing. Yeah, these are Vanderbilt's secondary is limited. That's its weak spot, and Tennessee can exploit that. Ty Simpson, Alabama, went for about 340 passing.
Yep.
Arch Manning snapped out of his slump, went for over 300 passing against Vanderbilt. Joey Aguilar is going to get 350 or more against those guys.
And both those games were in the opposing team's building. And Pavia, if he doesn't have a couple turnovers against Alabama, they probably win that game. And the other crazy thing, Ozzie Gator, is, and you saw the Vols last week. The Vols, compared to y'all are an elite football team. Y'all are like, I don't even know what y'all are not even roadkill, dude.
I know, man. Seriously, it's just we've fallen so far, man. That's the worst Florida team
I've ever seen. That's worse than when Spurrier took over, when they had, for the old heads out there, when they still had Emmitt Smith and he was their only player back in the late 80s.
Yeah,
I remember 79 Florida team.
Oh, well,
I covered them in a game.
Wins.
They were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Charlie Pell turned that program around from that point on.
They were saying that this team and that team are comparable because this team's going to go 3-9. This team's going to lose to Florida State. There's no way they're. I guess they are, but that Florida State team,
Florida State,
that's a stink bowl, man.
But I just Florida is so limited right now with all injuries factor into this too. Those.
How about opt-outs? I heard those guys opted out yesterday. A couple of those guys that we thought were injured. Yeah, they're wanting to keep their red shirt year.
Ooh,
Matt, you like modern? Matt,
right.
Matt, do you like modern college football? How we could be hurt, but we might be opting out. You like it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what we've done.
Yeah,
what the coaches have done. It's what the athletic directors have done. It's what everybody's done to the sport. Hey, I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So, Ozzie Gator, you're just a good bloke, bro. And
appreciate it.
Yeah, I love you, man. Your team, though, in your verbiage, and I'm not trying to be funny with you here, but your team looked like some wankers the other night.
They were. We definitely were a bunch of wankers. I just don't know what to do or where to turn. I don't want another 4 or 5 years of building the bloody program again. But that's what we're looking at. Really,
Ozzie Gator, I'm gonna go down to Alumni Hall later. What size is Sophia? What size is Charlie? What size is Sarah? And I'm gonna send you all.
Let's get a go Vols, Ozzie Gator. Say go Vols.
No, piss off, man. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're sending you stuff.
Tony's not buying all that stuff.
I am.
All right.
No, you're not.
Ozzie Gator. Ozzie Gator. If I send you some really good, so I'm talking about like some Peter Millar, some really good stuff for the fam. Will the family rock some Tennessee gear over the holidays?
Sure. Why not? Well, I'll get a photo for you. That'd be legendary stuff. Why not?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to screen call. What do you call that? The screen call? What do you call when you call somebody?
FaceTime.
There you go. I'll do that later when I'm in the store, and we'll have Sophia pick her gear out. Sarah
Nice.
can pick, because I know the girls, you don't dare buy for the girls, right? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's danger. No, you don't
it's
do
danger.
that. No.
Stranger danger. Aussie Gator, I love you. Is there anything else you'd care to add? You've got a legion of fans out there.
No, boys, I just appreciate it. Always the sad thing, because when I first tuned in, mate, you're talking bloody basketball, which always kills me. We're still in this, we have the season so short. You're talking Gonzala and bloody Michigan, etc. Look, good luck this weekend. I put it this way, mate. I'm certainly glad Vandy aren't on our schedule this year either, because this is where we are. I'm excited about Vandy football. Think about that for a second.
What would Vandy have done to them, John?
About the same thing Tennessee did, but they wouldn't have taken their foot off the accelerator. Ozzy, how much difference do you think Billy Napier on the sidelines could have made in that game?
I don't know, mate. Sincerely, I really don't know. I mean,
I was kidding. He wouldn't have made any difference.
No, I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing. Last year with that 5-game streak at the end gave me hope, and I'm sure it gave a lot of people hope.
Yeah.
And then we came into this season just crapped our pants.
Who would you like? Let's say assume Florida can't get Lane Kiffin. Whom would you like them to hire?
I really don't know. Actually, my mate Jason down in Chattanooga reckons bloody Dabo from Clemson. But he'd be good. I don't know, man. I really I want Kiffin only because that's where I've come to in this point in football. I mean, it's a long time between drinks for us. Let's be honest. It's been a long time, and we've really fallen so far. It's crazy. I just don't know, mate.
Well,
who do you reckon?
Whatever Urban Meyer, whatever speech he gave the other night, it wasn't out of that Florida playbook. It was from that Jacksonville Jaguar playbook that he had. That was goodness gracious, man. What in the world?
Yeah, well,
that was awful, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Aussie. Hey, Aussie Gator.
Yeah, mate.
Why do your fans saying I won't back down and then they all back down? What is that?
Yeah. Not only they back, they all bolted.
Leave.
What was with their shirts off, man? What's with taking their bloody jerseys
shirts off? Yeah. I've never taken my shirt off in public like that.
There's this trend of student sections around college football where the boys take their shirts off and go up somewhere and they all get together and they wave them. It's been going around everywhere though. It's not just Florida.
It's
very.
Are they
cringy.
trying to act sexy? RC Gator, how do you say that?
They're college kids.
Just sexy, mate. Just sexy. Just not sexy. I don't know what that is. Sexy is probably the term.
I thought the
phrase
Australian
you're looking for.
pronunciation of that was sexy.
No. No. It's a nice try though, but no, it's not. That's not how you do it.
Aussie Gator, thank you.
Yep.
You're the man.
Hey, thanks, mate. Good luck, boys, on the weekend. And FaceTime me those beautiful clothes, mate, all right?
Yeah, I will. John, do you think I'm going to go down to Alumni Hall and FaceTime him? Or
of course
Matt,
not.
do you think I am?
No.
Matt, you think I'm going to go spend some hard-earned money on the Aussie Gator?
Tony, do you realize the way you made your point right away how bad Florida was, and he's a big Florida fan, and you wouldn't let up. You just kept pounding him. God, you guys were bad. I mean, that's the worst
love the Aussie
team.
Gator. Let me tell you something. I love his spirit. Is he a good man or what? Isn't that a good?
That was a good call.
Jeff's
I don't know
a
how
man.
good a person he is.
Oh, he's a fundraiser. He uses his Australian accent. Drives all over the Southeast and fundraises. And he raises money for different charities.
For the Aussie Gator charity?
No. He goes in and he raised like a couple $100,000 for a children's hospital the other night. He's an auctioneer.
Really?
His accent. Yeah. Isn't that neat?
Where do you find these people?
I'm Justin Phelps. I mean, he runs an organization.
Good gosh, what a eclectic show this is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a collection of characters is what this is. Down through the years, and you're one of them. But then again, you got married in Elvis Chapel, so what do I know? Were you in an Elvis suit when you got married?
Yeah, you've seen that photo, hadn't you? You've seen that.
Let's get our next call in, and then Billy Derrick is going to join us here momentarily. He of 247 fame, breaking it down scientifically. of the Vanderbilt Commodores, who are here and are dangerous on Saturday, in my opinion. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
How you doing, Tony?
Doing good, Bill. It was great seeing you on Friday.
Well, man, I had a great time. And Sean, I missed you at my birthday party.
Yeah, not that John would not make your birthday, but.
Well, after you told me to shut up, I just didn't think it would be appropriate for me to attend. Bill.
Hey, Billy Derek, under Titans Bill's breath the other day before I put him up, he didn't know he was live. Billy, are you there?
I am.
So, and I know you're familiar with Titans Bill and all that's a prize there in his world. Titans Bill, when John was making a point, and John likes, he's like a lot of writers. John's very, very, he's laconic in his columns. He can say a lot in a few words, but he doesn't have the same I can't even speak, so what the hell am I saying?
Are you saying I was rambling, Tony?
A little bit. And Titans Bill, say it, what you said.
What did I say? I said, John Adams, shut up. I did not know that I was on the air.
Yeah, so I had him in queue, Billy. Is that more my bad, Titans Bill's bad, or John's bad? If you had to assess blame, Billy Derek, before your segment begins.
I think that might be your bad, Tone.
Yeah, John, I think I'm the one that deserves the ire. Because Bill didn't even know Bill thought that, and like when you're on hold with something and you're ready to go and, like say you call, like you're having an issue with something at home. You call the helpline, right? Tech help. And that music keeps playing over and over. What if those people can really hear you when you're screaming? Would you pick the goofing phone up? We all do that, don't we, John? Do you do that?
Our tech support team is in Cambodia and Vietnam, and I would scream over that.
Yeah. And what if they're hearing you? See, that's a lesson.
They wouldn't understand me.
John, I want to apologize to you for that. You know what?
You didn't even know you were on the air. What do you mean you want to apologize?
No, Bill, you don't need to
apologize.
No, you don't need to apologize. That's what you thought. I'm fine with it. I'm not easily offended. It's impossible to offend me.
Yeah.
Just,
but he did lay out of your birthday. He did lay out of your birthday party for that reason.
Oh yeah, and we'll never go to another one.
No,
but it's not personal.
I mean, you're kind of dead to him. But yeah.
John, you'll always be a friend to me.
Billy, is this sort of what you had in mind for your appearance today on the show?
No, my appearance on the show was, some of the upcoming games in college football. I mean, man, there's going to be a whole slew of them both on Friday and Saturday.
How about you, Billy?
This is not what I expected this morning.
Titans Bill, do you realize what you just did?
Stay right there, Billy.
Titans Bill, Tony was asking a question to Billy, and you intercepted the pass.
I am sorry. Okay, Billy Derek, you have the floor.
Thank you, Titans Bill. I appreciate that.
Billy, you have the floor. Is that it? I mean, you're a guest on here, bruh.
Well, is Titans Bill still on?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
You can talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell Titans Bill to shut up.
I'll tell you this. Titans Bill wolfed a carrot cake the other day down at Calhoun's. We got him a big old carrot cake, and I mean, he hammered that thing.
I don't understand. I've never known anybody that cares that much about carrot cake.
No.
Yeah, I hate carrot cake.
God, you can't say that to a guy who just celebrated his birthday. All right, stay right there. You're on hold. Go ahead, Bill. Continue with your phone call.
You wait a minute. You put the guest on hold to bring in Titans Bill?
Billy, is that okay or no?
No, I'll tell you what. Put on your guest.
All right.
I like Billy Derrick.
All right, Bill, you're out of here. 865-200-5 865-200-5402. You know, Matt, today's show, we've got like a holiday vibe about it. Have you gotten that vibe, Matt? Like, I'm not in gear. I'm in gear. I'm in over gear. I'm in like a TLD logistics overdrive. Overdrive.
You just
all
seem
day
like
long.
you always do.
But I really find, now I'm calling John Adams' cell phone for some reason. I really have found today's show, Matt, to be pretty interesting yet uneven. Do you agree with that, Matt?
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment so far. Yeah.
Interesting but uneven. Billy, can you hang there? I want Billy to hang there. Bill, thank you for ceding your time to him. I will now use your time to make money.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline. Online at tldlogistics.com.
Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like
The
more
three
benefits,
bl-
say? More upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for the residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team started at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy, That's you.
Wow, I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care, I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
The season of giving reminds us of what truly matters: community and connection. Hi there, Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. As the year closes, I wanted to take a moment to sincerely thank you, my Basilio family clients. Thank you for trusting me with your most important decisions. Whether it was finding your first home or successfully closing a chapter, your trust means everything. I look forward to new and continued relationships through the new year, and feel free to reach out to me at 865-694-5904 or nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com. And of course, go Vols.
Man, I love her. Go Vols, go. Go Vols, go. Go Vols, go. And go Vols, go. I got to tell Billy Derrick something. He's with Vandy 247. And he also does work Southeastern 16. Billy, I'm pumped. I'm pretty pumped for this game. What is your level of pumpitude for this one, a 1 to 10 scale, compared to past Vandy games?
I mean, it's an 1,000. I mean, this is the biggest Vanderbilt Tennessee game on the Vanderbilt side of things in the history of their program, and maybe even, I mean, if Tennessee was 9-2, obviously that would be the biggest Vanderbilt Tennessee game ever. But still big on Tennessee's side. So I think that's the part that's cool for Vandy fans, that, you know, if Vanderbilt wins this game, yeah, they may not be in the playoff, but, you know, there's an outside chance of Vanderbilt, you know, say Vanderbilt handles Tennessee, maybe that's enough. I mean, there's a lot at stake for both teams, and I think that's what makes it really cool. How many times, I mean, if you go back through history, how many times has there been anything at stake for both teams? I mean, typically, you know, it's Tennessee with a lot at stake. Last year it was, or Tennessee is fighting to get to 9 wins or 10 wins over the past years. But for Vanderbilt, it was really only the Franklin era, and then, you know, Coach Mason a few years there, but Tennessee was really down. I don't think either team has been this good. What was the combined record you said, Tony?
Whatever it is. I mean, we're what, 9-2 or
17-5.
17-5 overall.
17-5.
Yeah, we have 3 losses. That's right.
I don't think that's ever happened. So it's really cool. You know, and I think for Vanderbilt people, they can be confident. You know, it's not, you're going into Neyland in a really tough environment and one of the toughest places to play. But you've got Pavia, you've got Stowers, you've got a track record this season of maybe not going into an environment like that. That's the one thing this team, I mean, they went to South Carolina and clear out that stadium. They went to Virginia Tech, but that, you know, Tennessee's a lot better than those two teams. But, you know, they've got the talent to do it. And I think that's what makes it even more exciting for Vanderbilt fans.
My hope, John, is if Vanderbilt doesn't handle this well,
I wrote that today in the blog, is Pavia guys really talked a lot. And when you really talk a lot, you make it a lot about yourself. And you can amp yourself up. You can hype yourself up. And this goes back to that special that ran back in the Netflix thing, which is all on tape, you know. Think about these kids' lives today. And this guy lives out loud on social media. Laura was showing me some stuff last night. I mean, these Pavia people. I mean, in one sense, and I wrote this today in the blog, I want to celebrate this kid. He's a great story. In another sense, they're annoying AF, John.
Well, you get the whole package, huh? But Tony.
Yeah.
I do not. The things he says, I think that's a motivational thing. He is not going to. I think this environment, this situation will bring out the very best in him.
Billy, are there people, because I love the kid on the field, right? But Brian asked earlier, or John, somebody asked, Matt maybe, but somebody brought it up. Culturally speaking, is there a divide there among Vandy fans of, hey, if this is the price we have to pay to play in big-time football, to have a guy that's this out loud, kind of like some of the things y'all were saying about Tony Vitello when we were, beginning to rip your kingdom down. And you guys were saying similar things on your podcast about him. And Tony did those things. Tony did things to get under the skin of others. People called Tony classless. They called him this. They called him that. What they really called him, though, was a winner. And this Pavia guy is winning at a really high level there. Are Vanderbilt fans, are they okay with that deal, or do you think there's some people that are not comfortable with it?
I think the younger generation loves it. I think there's a pocket of Vanderbilt fans that have developed, that are younger that, maybe never would have thought of going to Vanderbilt football games or even rooting for the team, that are now on board because of Pavia. And, he's got that Johnny Manziel, type of swagger, and it's easy to rally around for the younger, I think, generation and not have a problem with it. But, you go back to Tuscaloosa when Vandy went down there, and obviously Alabama students were giving it to him, and there was a video out of Pavia doing something that most people would not, most older people obviously have a big problem with. And the way he was talking that week too, he said, if we play our game, it won't be close. Obviously when I'm the Busting with the Boys podcast, there's a portion of Vanderbilt fans that, the older ones that could do without that. And honestly, a lot of them we heard from after the Alabama loss admitted that they think it hurt the team. All of the attention that Pavia brought and the pressure that built, to beat Alabama for a second time, that almost hurt the team. So, yeah, I don't think Vanderbilt. I don't think all Vanderbilt fans, are all about it and love his antics. But it's like you said, we talked about it, Tony. It's like the Marshall Henderson effect, or the Tony Vitello effect. You're going to have people that love it, people that hate it. But if he's on your team, he's winning, and you're going to like it.
Well, Taylor Zazor said, and I want you to speak to this, Billy, because you're down there. Because I was talking to a living Vol fan in the Mid-State the other day, and he said, "You people in East Tennessee have no idea what this is going to do to us if they beat us somehow. You just have no idea how hard it's going to be to live with these people." Because they say this Vanderbilt football fever is like a nouveau riche kind of thing, and people have really glommed onto it. And I hear it's like country singers, and we saw Theo Vaughn on the sideline the other day, and I don't know, is he having relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky? I don't know. All these things. But you tell me like how over Vandy football is, because Taylor Zaz, or whatever her name, he is the announcer for the Titans, and he said Vanderbilt runs this town. When you guys were playing Auburn into a microphone, he said that. I was like, what? How over is Vanderbilt down there? Talk to me.
Well, they've attracted people that they've never attracted before. You mentioned Theo Vaughn. That's been a big part of it. But, Reese Witherspoon was at the Auburn game.
What?
Yeah.
What? Say it, John. What?
Reese Witherspoon?
What? Reese Witherspoon?
I think she's got a I think she's got a family connection somehow to Vanderbilt.
Family connection. Yeah, it's called winning.
And then, Jay Cutler, that's a big one. Jay Cutler forever, just never referenced Vanderbilt, and honestly, there was a podcast episode that came out. He was with, I forget who it was, Chris Long, at Chris Long's podcast.
Oh,
and he said basically, I don't want my son to be introduced to football that way. And asking him if he goes to the Vanderbilt games, but he was at most of the home games this year on the sideline. I mean, not Sketch. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but huge streamer, and he streams the games that he goes to, and that's been big. But
Sketch
I mean,
huge.
but like you said, I think it's been big in the Nashville community because, like you said, because they are winning. The Titans are awful, the Preds are awful, and this is really the perfect time for Vanderbilt to at least burst onto the scene. And the stadium too. That south end zone. I think people look at that and go, "Man, I'd like to see a game there. I'd like to go sit over there." And there hasn't been a ton of you. I think a lot of the worry was that you have some road fans in those seats. Vanderbilt's done a good job of keeping that mostly Vanderbilt fans. And I think all Vanderbilt fans for the most part. Now the road side is still, there was a bunch of Auburn. There was a good amount of Kentucky the other day. But you're starting to notice too, Vanderbilt's appeal, with some of these night home games and afternoon games. They're doing the light show like you talked about, Tony, and playing Shout. That's been a big thing for them and their students and their fans. So that they're starting to get that environment. I don't even know if back is the right word. Did they ever? I mean, I haven't had it in my lifetime, maybe in the 80s. But it's just so new and they're winning. And I think, people want to be a part of it.
Billy, are these, you talk about this growing fan base. There obviously are people investing in it, not just emotionally, but with money. Do you have any idea Vanderbilt has got some talent.
What's the guy that did the nationwide commercial? He's a really good guitar player too. I'm sorry, I'm just not well-versed in country music. He's a pretty good picker.
Brad Paisley?
Yes, Brad Paisley is a guy that's been very, very upfront in their NIL. There are some other songwriters that are putting their royalties back into that. John, that's always been a place where, if you think about it, if you could just get hot for a season or so and get the ball rolling, think about all the royalties in that music industry that exists there. All that music out there in the rich areas. Just tap into a scintilla of it.
Do you think any of this would have happened without Pavia, though?
Billy?
No, I don't think so. I think Pavia was the perfect guy at the right time. He said this after the Kentucky game. Gentry asked him, he said, "Do you think Vanderbilt was the perfect spot for you?" And he said, "Absolutely. I couldn't have been, because he's been an underdog his entire life." Told Tony off the air, grew up in Albuquerque, not a great part of town in Albuquerque, has always had a chip on his shoulder. He's had to work for everything. And yeah, he's got an edge to him, but it's kind of like that little brother that's been, he's got two older brothers, and, I'm sure we'll get into that, but he just had to work for everything. And he's always been told, you can't do this. You're not going to get to the Division I level. You don't have the smarts or the athletic ability, and no way you play in the SEC. Now the next thing people are saying, no way he's an NFL player. He's just a great college player. He's going to take that, and his mission is going to be, go be the next Baker Mayfield. I mean, me personally, I didn't think when Pavia committed, I was like, watching his tape, and I knew who he was, but I thought, this guy's 5'9", 5'10". He's not the biggest guy, and I don't think his arm talent is great. I don't see him being great at this level. And he's taken that to heart, and he's just rolled with it. But you talked about the connections. John Ingram, he's the owner of Nashville SC, and huge. He went to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is tapped into, and Clark Lee went to MBA, Montgomery Bell Academy private school right down the road, and they've got some money. They recently had a donation of $100 million to that high school, because there's a lot of, Clark Lee was the perfect guy to finally have Vanderbilt explode because of his connections, and Barton Simmons too. They both went to NBA. It's probably probably the nicest private school in Nashville. So they've got those connections, and it's not a transactional program. They try not to base it all off money, but they've got guys that most SEC schools, they've got a groups of guys, but Vanderbilt has one guy that can pay for the offensive line or the quarterback. Like that's kind of, and their offensive line, they invested a ton of money into their offensive line in the off season. So yeah, and they've a lot of Dallas connections too. Like there's, for some reason, and I know Mark Cuban. I can't prove that he has donated, but his daughter goes to Vanderbilt.
That's right.
So yeah, I think that there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I don't think people are aware of.
There's a belief that Mark Cuban is investing in Indiana and sprinkling on Vanderbilt because he wants his daughter to have a good experience. Hey, John, I'd like Mark Cuban to sprinkle a few dollars on my show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pay the.
I mean, imagine what a sprinkle would be from him.
Yeah,
just a sprinkle. Matt Dixon, do you have a thought on the game on the field with the great Billy Derrick, who will now take us inside the X's and the O's and break it down scientifically? He's with Vanderbilt's 247 site, and I'll let him give out the coordinates here momentarily.
Yeah, just one more on Pavia. It seems like something changed in the fourth quarter of the Texas game, and Vanderbilt's been throwing the ball down the field and doing a whole lot in the passing game, where before they never really did that. What's been different these last two games and a quarter that Vanderbilt's now become a explosive passing game?
Yeah, really for the first half of the season, they were a similar offense to last season. They were ball control. They were 10 to 12 minute drives. We'll get a field goal or a touchdown, and we'll have your defense on the field for a long time. And but even in that Texas, the time of possession was pretty even in that game. But Vanderbilt, I think they knew, okay, we're going to have to, if we're going to go on the road and beat Texas, or even if we're going to beat Auburn, or if we're going to go to Neyland and beat Tennessee, ball control is not going to work. It's just not. They have the dudes up front. They've got guys that can man you up defensively and say, okay, try to run it on us on a 9-man box. And that's what Alabama, you go back to the Alabama game. Alabama in the second half, they said, all right, we're going to man them up, and we're going to see if their receivers can beat us on the outside. And they couldn't. But the Texas game, now you make a good point. Vanderbilt they went tempo, they spread it out. They didn't even think about running the football. And all of a sudden, in Texas, they might have had some backups in there, but still Vanderbilt was an onside kick recovery away from potentially tying that game. And so it got real for Texas pretty quick. And then you go back to last week, Vandy just lit Kentucky up. And I know Kentucky's defense isn't great, but their offense, it's a different offense. They've evolved into, they can still run the option pitches and some of the unique run schemes with Pavia, but they're not taking as much time. They think if we can score quick, but also if we need to slow it down for a 10-minute drive, we can. So they're dangerous in that way, that they still have the element of that ball control style, but they think their advantage on some defenses is, okay, if we get down a score or down a couple scores, we can come back in an instant because we got guys like Trey Richardson and Sherrill that can beat you deep now. They didn't have that last year. So I think that is an element, and maybe you could argue they should have figured that out earlier. Maybe they go beat Texas. Maybe the Alabama game's closer. But I think that's what has made them dangerous, realizing that, hey, we can do both, and that is what makes it dangerous. We're not just an up-tempo team, or we're not just a ball control team. We can be both whenever we want to. So I think that has really helped them.
Matt, here's the way I look at this game, right? Their passing game, as you talk about, with Kentucky last weekend was scary. They did not have that element last year. When we played them, Pavia would roll out and they would try to create things. Now from scrimmage, they're creating deep throws, attacking. Their passing game looks so much more sophisticated, or just more on point, that it did at any time last year, Matt. That scares the hell out of me Saturday. Am I wrong for thinking that, Matt Dixon?
No, because Kentucky, the way Kentucky defends teams, you can just beat them over the top. Tennessee could have scored 70 doing that, but what they did to Auburn was impressive. Again, what they did late to Texas, I guess Texas was playing the prevent stuff, but they found something that's been really, really impressive these last couple of games. And Tennessee, just hasn't been very good on the back end. And really neither secondary is very good. I think it's a game that both offenses, especially the quarterbacks, can have huge days. And it can really turn into a shootout type game depending on how much ball control Vandy wants to try to play, as Billy was talking about. So both defenses, I think, are going to be in for long days. It's going to come down to that situational football. Can you get third down stops? Can you get red zone stops? And then obviously turnovers.
Tim Banks, man, his defense does the little things. We do know that after watching him during his tenure here. Let's go around the room. John Adams, I start with you. The point total 63, 64, 65. If I made you play a side on that, where are you going?
Oh, I'd go over. I think I picked it like 7. It was 71.
I feel you there. Brian Hartman, how about you?
I think I'd have to go over it.
Matt?
I don't see how either defense stops the other one from just throwing over the top.
Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the over's the play there for sure.
The thing I can't get out of my mind, though, is what if Vanderbilt decides, hey, our defense is so bad, we're going to grind the clock on these guys. We're going to take this offensive line we invested money in. Their linebackers don't play the run well, which we don't play the run well. If you'll run the – and another thing we don't do well is deal with quarterbacks like this guy that will get out there and run around, and he looks pretty healthy. I'm telling you, this game's got me a little like – I'm not going to say we're losing, but this game's got me highly concerned because I don't trust Tim Banks. I mean, I'm going to say it right into this microphone. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe he comes out with the game of his life, and we're on here celebrating, and you all can call me crazy after the game, and we'll laugh like it's 1999, Prince. But, I'm a little, I don't even know what the term is. Billy, what do you think on the point total?
I think it's definitely over. I'm kind of with John there. That 70 range is what I would look at. And you mentioned Pavia being healthy. I think that's a huge difference from last year. He was basically on one leg last year, and I was surprised that he even stayed in that game. There was a fourth down play. He got popped, and I was, this could be it for him. But he battled through it. And, that's the other thing. If Tennessee gets up, I think that's a big difference. Vandy got down last year, and in that third quarter, it was over. I mean, you knew Vanderbilt's offense couldn't function in that.
Yeah.
But this year, I think if that scenario happens this year, I think Vanderbilt could in a couple of drives be right back in it because of their explosion. So this could be. I don't know if it's going to be as high scoring as Tennessee, Alabama in 2022. I think it could be that sort of spectacle where you've got to treat every possession like it's gold. And, if you get one turnover, you're going to feel good. And then you go score off of it. Matt mentioned the third downs, the red zone. Red zone is going to be huge. Vanderbilt, their defense, they've bent a lot this year. They've given up some yardage.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a good job of holding teams to field goals, and they've gotten a lot of misses. And unlucky, for the other team. But like South Carolina, I think they missed a couple. I know Texas missed one. Alabama missed one early in the game. So they've been able to do that and just kind of play mind games with the offense and make them feel like, we got to score here. But hey, no, you can get a field goal against this defense. But yeah, that's going to be a big part of that.
Tennessee's got a kicker that'll miss one too.
You don't say, Brian. Here's the thing, guys. If this guy makes that kick against Georgia, we're talking about a game of the century in our building, John, this weekend. I know people say, well, it's two lost teams, two lost. Let me tell you something. We would have never seen, we've never seen anything like this as it is, and we have 3 losses because we have a chance to really hurt them. You imagine, John, if both those teams are 9-2 and playing for either a playoff spot or the opportunity to be the last team out, which could have happened to either one of these teams with the schedule they both played.
Yeah, it would be. Well,
It would be unreal.
But it's just so. I've been here since '87. There's never been a Tennessee Vanderbilt game anything like this.
No. Hey, Billy, how many Vandy people come, in your alleged opinion?
I think it'll be a fair amount. I mean, I would think 7, 8, maybe 7,000, 7, 8,000. I'm always bad with those crowd numbers. But I do think it's going to be more than you typically see in Knoxville. Just because in the Pavias, who knows how many people come from New Mexico? I mean, he's had groups of like over 100 people come. So I could see this, his last regular season game. I don't want to know what happens. Something's going to happen, whether it's before the game, during the game, or after with the brothers. I mean, that's the biggest lock of the weekend.
Huh?
Well, I could see it getting interesting, whether it's before the game, because they make their presence known, and in Tuscaloosa.
Did they wear
Texas,
tuxedos or something last week? Or they're part of the show, right? They're part of the show.
Oh, they're right in it. I mean, they were in tuxedos for Pavia's Senior Day intros last week, and Theo Vaughn was down there with them.
Oh, good. Hey, Matt, tell me this. How would we deal with that if that were us? Would we be annoyed by them and ripping them on here? Or would I be on here fluffing those guys?
You would be fluffing them just like you fluffed Pavia for 2 years. You've made a heel turn on Pavia this week only.
Sean, you're a big Pavia guy?
Billy, on the field. And then Laura showed me some stuff on social media last night, and his mom's nuts. The brothers are insane. I mean, it's starting to really turn me off, man.
This week,
Billy on the way out, tell the living listener how they can find you, and we will be doing an interview later in the week. Where will they find that?
Yeah, so we'll have it on our YouTube channel, Vandy 24/7. You can search it out. We'll preview the game. We're gonna do that tomorrow, and then our message board also. I know fans like to check over there. We've got there's a lot of recruiting and coaching interest right now. People are worried about, Coach Lee. I don't think they should be worried, but a lot to cover. And, Vandy247.com, my Twitter, Billy Derrick 10. So I'll be there and looking forward to it.
Billy, you're the man. Love you, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
He's Billy Derrick 10. 865-200-5402. I'm Tony Basilio, concerned. This game, John, is well, we'll talk about it when we continue. I wish I trusted this Banks guy more. Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn